Hi, welcome to Simple or Not Kitchen. My name is Melissa Sainode, and if you like cheese crackers, you're gonna love this recipe. The best thing about this recipe is it only uses one ingredient, and that's cheese. We are using a sharp cheddar cheese, and we're using slices. You can do this with any kind of cheese you want. You can do it with provolone, you can do it with Parmesan, but we are going to do it with cheddar, and it is going to come out tasting almost identical to those orange store-bought crackers. So we're just going to take our cheese slices and we're going to separate them. I'm going to just be using about 4 or 5 slices today to make a small amount. And although I said there's only one ingredient in this recipe, it's actually 2 if you count the salt. We are going to sprinkle these with just a tiny bit of salt. So we are slicing these into pretty good sized squares. You can slice them however you want. If you want them in triangles or you want them in smaller squares, you can slice them just however you want. As you can see, I didn't cut them too straight. It might also be fun to take out your cookie cutters and cut these pieces of cheese into several different shapes and sizes. But anyway, we are just keeping it super simple. We just have our regular size squares. We're going to go ahead and put them on a parchment lined baking sheet. You want to make sure you use parchment paper when doing this, because we are going to be putting these cheese slices into the oven. They are going to melt. So we don't want them melting onto the pan, and the parchment paper just makes it a whole lot easier. And these cheese crisps are so delicious. Not only can you snack on them, and they make a really great snack, they come out nice and crispy, but you can also put them on salads. You can do lots of different things with them, but they are super delicious. So as you can see, I'm just trying to arrange all the different cheese slices. And then our other ingredient is the salt. I'm using some sea salt. You could use kosher salt if that's what you prefer. Or if you don't want the salt, if you're using a cheese that is a little bit saltier, leave off the salt. That's an optional thing. Or you could even add other spices or herbs to this as well. A little bit of paprika, some pepper might actually be nice as well. So we're just going to sprinkle. I'm not measuring this salt. I'm just taking little pinches of the salt and sprinkling just a little bit on each cheese slice. And then it is into the oven with all of our cheese slices. So they're all salted up, and we are going to take them over to the oven. I have my oven set at 300 degrees. So we're going to just pop them in the 300-degree oven, and then we're going to bake them for 30 minutes. Now, you want to keep an eye on them, especially if you're using cheese that might be a slightly thicker or a slightly thinner. But for the most part, these ones we are going to be cooking for 30 minutes, and you'll see how they come out after being in the oven for 30 minutes. They're nice and crispy and just slightly browned. These are so good, especially if you have a charcuterie board or you're serving wine and cheese. These are a perfect addition. Look at how crisp they are. They are so good and so easy. If you give this recipe a try, or if you try it and change it up a little, let me know how it turned out. You'll find more recipes, articles, and video at PennellCentral.com.